I went from looking like this when I first started my channel in 2024 of January. And then I went to looking like this in January of 2025, glowing up yearly. However, this year I've made so many changes. Currently, there is a gap between what you say you want and what you keep choosing. And I, along the time, progressed even faster with my glow up, my level up, my routine. Hello, beautiful people. I am dressed and ready for the gym, and I was thinking about you. I want to put you on to 5 things I did in 2025 to glow up daily, heal my gut, lose weight, stay in shape, and level up. These are 5 things that I do in the winter as well to keep my motivation and my momentum high. This year, I've made so many changes, and I, along the time, progressed even faster with my glow up, my level up, my routine, my physique, and I really want to put you on. So let's get into the video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And for those returning, welcome back. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Comment one thing that you have been so consistent with doing that has allowed you to progressively glow up, level up, and just feel better about yourself. Starting off with tip number 1, I designed my routine to be the blueprint for my dream life, creating each part of my day to align with my career, my passion, and my ultimate vision. Before ringing in 2025, I sat down with myself and I listed out what was not working and what was working. I also just recently posted a video about the 5 things that I would highly recommend you doing to reset and feel ready for 2026. So go and check that out. So I pretty much sat down with myself right before 2025 and I did an audit over my life. I realized that I needed to tweak a few things in my morning routine, my night routine, and throughout the day. Being an entrepreneur, you got a lot of free gaps, free space, and I really needed to take advantage of that so that I could do other things. And so whether you're working a 9 to 5 or you're an entrepreneur or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, there are gaps in your schedule that you can add in important things that are going to move you forward. For example, in the mornings, I shortened my morning routine, but made sure I had 4 top non-negotiables every single day that I could do for a year. I'm pretty sure you guys know them by now, but I'm going to tell you what they are. So the first thing I do in the morning is going to be my prayer and my devotionals. And then after that, I'm going to head into the kitchen. I'm going to make my glutamine, lemon juice, and water and stretch. Then after that, I do fasted cardio and then I get myself together and I get ready for the day. And those have been my top 4 non-negotiables for the entire year. Prayer, devotions, gratitude first thing in the morning always resets my mind and also adds a lot of mental clarity, understanding, and peace, along with my fasted cardio. This has been a non-negotiable for me to at least do at least 5,000 steps, whether I go outside for a walk or I go to the gym to hit cardio, or I'm on the treadmill, or I'm on the walking pad at home. But moving my body first thing in the morning boosted my endorphins, my dopamine. It also provided mental clarity. Rolling out, stretching, having my glutamine with lemon juice and water, so good for my digestive system, along with my body just unwinding and feeling really flexible and energetic for the day. Just set the tone for the day and truly set me up to feel more productive and focused, which allows me to continually glow up physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually when I'm consistently doing the same 4 things that are my non-negotiables for the year and every single day. You want to create a lifestyle, especially your morning and night routine, that is going to support your growth and your confidence. Designing your routine to have non-negotiable habits throughout the day is truly going to amplify your life, your success, your happiness. Repetition and consistency over time breeds results. So you have to make sure that you are adding in at least 1 to 2 habits. For me, those 4 habits grew over time, started to feel natural, and then it became so consistent and I became more disciplined. And once you also see the benefits and the effects of how good you're starting to feel, how good you're starting to look, how productive you are becoming, then of course you're going to be more inclined to continually do it. So don't give up in the first few weeks when you're trying to ingrain new habits to implement into building your dream life. Tip number 2 that truly helped me glow up throughout the year. So I am not someone who tracks my calories all year. I'm not somebody who pushes my clients to track their calories all year. However, when you're looking to tighten up, you're looking to feel a certain way, then it is so important to dust off the food scale, not the bathroom scale, the food scale, and get into tracking your habits and relearning your portion sizes for the new goals. And so earlier on in the year, I think it was by the time it hit March, I was looking to lose 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds. I was roughly around 150 and now I'm 140. I've been maintaining my shape at 140 for a while now. And maybe I'll get a little bit smaller. My face lost inches. The inflammation also went down. So as you're losing water weight, any inflammation, any body fat, any excess body fat, then of course you're going to see less puffiness in your skin, in your body, throughout your body, and things are going to look a lot tighter for you. The biggest and fastest way to see the results is going to start with what you put in your mouth and the portion size. And I talk about this with my clients all the time. So I'm letting you guys know, yes, it is so important for you guys to track your food, especially when you're looking to see results in a given time, in a certain amount of time, or you just are looking to sustain your results. It is important to know your portion size and know the quality of the food that you're eating.
There's more on this side compared to that side. Let's check it out. Breakfast. The difference, these eggs are cooked in 2 tablespoons of butter. These eggs are cooked in 1 tablespoon of butter. There's 2 slices of sourdough here versus 1 slice of sourdough. Both those breakfasts are amazing. For lunch, the only difference is that this chicken is marinated in barbecue sauce, where this chicken only has salt and pepper. For dinner, the difference, we go from a ribeye steak to a filet mignon, and this bread, there's half the serving on this side. There's nothing wrong with ribeye, it's just a little bit more calorie dense. For nighttime snack, the only difference that we go from dates to raspberries. Nothing wrong with dates. The point of this video, just because you're eating healthy doesn't mean calories don't count. And just because you're lower on the calorie side doesn't mean you have. This right here, which is barely any food, is 1,073 calories. I know a lot of people that could eat this before 10 a.m. no problem. This right here is a lot more food. It's 950 calories. So before we start stressing out and worrying about fruit having too much sugar or you cannot have a tortilla, monitor your liquid calories and your snacks. This right here is no problem. There's almost 90 grams of protein, 25 grams of fiber, compared to this, which has 20 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, and once you eat this, you'll be hungry within 20 to 30 minutes. Let's keep nutrition simple by focusing on real food and with time, focusing on portion awareness.
I cut back on the date nights. I started to do 1 to 2 date nights per week. And then eventually I cut down to 1 date night per week. And some of you guys might be like, whoa, how can you have so much discipline? Well, when I look a certain way, I also will end up making way more money. I don't know if that is the case for anybody else to say, especially if you're an entrepreneur. I'm a personal trainer, I'm a nutritionist. I need to know how to help myself. I also need to have discipline and self-control for what I preach, right? So if anyone is a personal trainer, anyone is a nutritionist, anyone is in the fitness space, and they're like, oh, how can I gain more clients? You need to be able to show through your own habits and through when people see you in person or just how you carry yourself online or in person, that you can take care of yourself. Yes, I can gain 150 pounds, but I know how to lose. I knew how to lose 10 pounds. I know how to lose 40 pounds, 50 pounds. I know how to do it all because I'm aware of how to do it, and I don't have a problem when it comes time to be more disciplined. Yes, you do have to track your food and your portion sizes so that it helps you to stay on track, and so your body gets accustomed to the new calories and the consistent calories as well. And not only with food, we're talking about water as well, the steps, your sleep. All of these play a huge role into how your body, your face, your skin is going to look and appear. So I knew over time I really wanted to tap into looking better, not just for summer, but as I started to age. I just turned 31 and I knew that I wanted to age in my 30s very beautifully, not just on the inside, but also on the outside. And so making sure that I have these healthy practices that I reset and I come back to every now and then always shapes me up and resets my body. You don't necessarily have to be doing a ton of diets and juice cleanses to see results in your gut health, in your hormonal health. You really need to prioritize whole foods, staying hydrated with water. I think it was a lady came up to me the other day and she was like, you know what? I've tried everything under the sun and I think now I need coaching. I was like, girl, I'm so sorry, but I am not taking any clients until January. And she's like, oh, well, I really wanted to. I said, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not taking any clients until January. And so she was going on to tell me about, I cut back on water and I started drinking more teas because I just wasn't in love with water. And I was like, you know what? Teas are going to dehydrate you. Coffee is going to dehydrate you. You cannot just rely on any liquid to hydrate you guys. All right. You can do electrolytes, you can do EAAs, you can do water, but your body does need just straight up mineral water. All right. You need to prioritize just drinking some water, even if it's 100 milliliters, 500 milliliters, a liter of water in some EAAs and electrolytes, but less juice, less sugars, less anything with sucralose, or just drink solid water, not just teas, matchas, coffees, water. And just think about all of these mixed chemical drinks that you guys continue to put into your body. Yes, the market sells a lot of things as healthy, but it's really damaging when you're constantly adding so many different chemicals into your body and your gut health and your hormones are already off. It's so important to just focus on the basics like whole foods, water, one brand of choice for your EAAs, no pre-workout if you can, a lot of fruits and vegetables. Again, those also need to be measured because a lot of people will consume a lot of fruits or a lot of fats or a lot of carbs and they're like, oh, I'm eating healthy. No, you need to know your portion sizes. The benefits to me doing all of this and you doing all of this is going to be improved digestion, consistent energy levels, better weight management, and the ability to strengthen lasting habits long term. Like I said, guys, I don't track my portions and my calories all year, but when I'm looking to really shape up and just make sure that I'm not overdoing it, and I need to fine tune my nutrition, I go back to the scale, or you can use measuring cups. And I also just make sure to go over my water, making sure that I'm not under drinking any water as I'm always active. So, again, y'all, really pay attention to this because it's not just only going to improve the quality of your skin, your glow, your energy, your body, but it's going to allow you to make more money in the long run because you're going to feel better inside. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be more productive, more clear thinking. Overall, so many benefits to eating well, drinking water, staying hydrated, having a lot of fiber in your diet, and just understanding what you're putting into your body. Which leads to number 3. Another thing I did to tighten up, glow up physically and internally was strengthen my discipline around fast food, restaurants, sugar. So like I mentioned in number 2, I had seasons where I gave myself and maybe my partner, my friends, 2 treat meals per week. And then when I really wanted to tighten up without doing too much activity, like not too much cardio, we don't do too much cardio. Okay. We don't do too much training either. It's all about balance. So I eat more home cooked meals and less meals outside and less sugar as well. And so there was another season where I just dropped down to 1 treat meal per week. And some of y'all are consuming fast food or takeout or these mixed drinks, beverages every single day or every other day. And you're like, oh, why do I feel like this? Or why am I gassy? Why am I constipated? Why am I bloated? Why am I inflamed all the time? Well, your body needs consistency. And a lot of you guys aren't giving your body consistent good nutrients. You're giving your body consistent bad nutrients, consistent sugar, consistent almond milk, consistent processed food, consistent sodium, consistent crap items going into your body, and not enough breaks in between. So you really need to stretch your discipline and your self-control. Eliminate anything that you cannot say no to or that you're struggling with. And so sugar was a big thing for me. I also bake a lot of healthy treats, and I use honey, or I would use coconut sugar or maple syrup. So anything that was as natural as possible. Of course, you can use stevia or xylitol, but some of those plant-based sugars also make me gassy as well. So I like to stick to honey. And again, even if I baked something, they still have calories. I still treat fruits like calories, sugar calories as well. They're healthy for you, but everything is consumed within balance, all right? Not overindulging and not just eating freely. You don't obviously want to feel restricted, and I never do, but it's important to stretch out the times that you're consuming all of your meals and having your treats. Recently, today, I just had my Smart Sweets, and I believe it's sweetened with stevia. And it doesn't upset my stomach too much, but that is the only sweet treat, my low sugar sweet treat, that I'll have for the day, and sometimes for the week, even if I had it once. And then I'll just stick to fruits. It was really important for me to build more discipline around the sugar consumption because I would break out. I just got back from China, and oh my goodness, my face looked worse than it does now. You can see I have a breakout here, breakout. And that is what happens when you're eating any greasy, oily, high in sodium or sugary foods. And if you're not affected on your face, and some people may not even be affected on their face, some people may just be affected in their overall body, you know what I mean? And for me, yes, my midsection will be really bloated. I will not have any abs showing, a little bit of my skin over my pants, like there, I become inflamed too. I become bloated too. I'm human, but I pay attention to what am I consuming that is throwing me off. And if I don't feel good and I don't like the way that I look, I'm not going to be able to present myself as my best self. And as I show up on here, it's so important to be disciplined behind the screen, just so that I feel better, especially in my messages, because I know I'm doing the work as well behind the screen when the cameras aren't rolling. And also, if anyone ever were to run into me, I want them to see the better version of myself every single day, which people do because I've met some of you guys in person. But it's just like living by example and strengthening your discipline and your self-control over time. Sugar also does not do so well with your brain. So if you're consuming a ton of sugar, of course, you're not going to be able to think clearly. And just think about it, girls. Like, I know cravings, our periods, are this, or that. You need to cycle sync with your eating as well. And if you are under eating, and if you're not constantly, consistently eating quality foods, you are definitely going to have higher cravings. If you are dehydrated all the time and not getting consistent water every day, you are going to have higher cravings. If you miss meals or you're just not consistently giving your body nutrients, you are going to have higher cravings. You are going to eat those cravings, and then you are not going to like how you feel or how you look. Please understand that. You do have to prioritize eating your whole foods first, and then having an alternative healthy treat that you can have once a day or a few times a week. All right. Distract yourself. Be busy. You should be working on creating your dream life, creating your dream business or businesses that you don't even have time to think about a snack. Please prioritize real food over snacks, even when you are busy in the first place. Okay. Because people are like, oh, I'm too busy to eat. You're not too busy to eat a snack. Please eat the whole foods, the real food first, and less of the snacks. And when it comes to restaurants, y'all, go to the quality restaurants. When you don't eat out often, you don't buy out often, you're going to be able to take yourself to nicer restaurants, or maybe your partner to nicer restaurants, your family to nicer restaurants, because you're not spending money randomly just because you weren't prepared on random takeout or junk food. It's important that you plan to go out to restaurants, quality restaurants, that's going to make you feel like you're that girl. It's just going to nourish your body overall. When I'm not going to restaurants, I make gourmet meals at least 1 to 2 times a week. So I'll grab my steaks, I'll season them up, half in the fridge and half in the freezer, and then I'll make us, some greens, some mashed potatoes, roasted potatoes. I truly don't mind. I'll even do pastas. We love pasta in this house. We love burgers. We love steak. We love beef, obviously. we love food in this house. So I will usually cook something up that is going to be better than the restaurant. And when I'm cooking my whole foods, I also control the sodium. I control the oils that I use. I use quality oils. The only oils that I use in my house is going to be mainly avocado oil, but I use the spray, and then olive oil, coconut oil, and that is all. So those are the 3 oils that I use, but the main oil that I use is going to be the avocado pan spray. Overall, everything that I'm talking about in this category, this is going to benefit you by reducing bloating, stabilizing your blood sugar, improving your gut health, controlling your cravings, and providing you with more sustainable energy. Try this out and let me know how you feel. Let me know how it goes. But y'all, when you're eating for a lifestyle, you just have to be consistent and learn to love the journey along the way. You are what you eat. So obviously, if you don't feel like you're glowing up, you got to fine tune, and you got to go back, you got to reflect, and you got to look, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong. And if you feel like this is just feeling too hard, you keep running in circles, you keep banging your head against the door, definitely sign up for my challenge number 3. It's linked in the description. Which leads to tip number 4, another thing that I have done consistently for the year. And my girls do it too. Baby, I love me a fasted cardio session in the morning. Whether I'm going for a walk first thing in the morning or on my walking pad, or sometimes I'll go to the gym just to change up the scenery and the environment. And this truly boosts my mood. Not only do I do my fasted cardio in the morning, and I'm just doing a steady state, nothing crazy. Sometimes I do hit cardio every now and then in the morning, but I'm not recommending that to you guys, because I've had some comments where people are like, oh, women are not supposed to do fasted cardio. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. A lot of my clients, they work out in the morning and they're not going to eat. Not everybody's going to eat. So it just depends on the person and what you can handle, but I'm a beast. I can do fasted cardio in the morning. I can do a lot throughout the day and still have energy and stamina and endurance. You have to train your body. And if you're not eating well, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not moving your body to push your body, of course, you're going to be tired and you're not going to be able to handle these things. Imagine going to an F45 class and you're winded in the first class. Yes, you have to build up the tolerance and the endurance. Nonetheless, I like to do fasted cardio in the morning, whether it's jogging intervals, running intervals, speed walking, walking on an incline, or walking outside. And then I also do intermittent fasting. So I do have an eating window. I typically eat from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I'm getting in 5 meals within that time. 4 simple small meals and a protein shake. And my calories roughly are about 2,100 currently. So That's how much I'm eating. Some of you guys are eating 5,000 calories in 2 meals, 2 crap meals, right? That are going to be higher in calories. So maybe you had a croissant, or maybe you had an egg wrap, and then you had a matcha latte, and then for dinner you had a pizza or you had Chinese food. Yes, that's probably over 5,000 calories. And I am consuming 2,100 calories through whole foods. Yes, through 5 meals. And you've had 2 meals, but your calorie consumption is higher than mine. So, intermittent fasting is going to be very important that when you do break your fast, you're breaking your fast with something that is filled with nutrients. A lot of you guys are doing this I'm not eating for breakfast, which is okay, but you then go through the drive-through, or you skip or you prolong the time to eat, and then your first meal, or you put in your mouth for your first meal, is not nutritious, and so your body is just going to store that as body fat. And intermittent fasting, or any fasting, or anything that you were trying to do in terms of your health goals, just went out the window. You need to have a structured plan. I eat from this time to this time if you're going to do intermittent fasting. I really don't typically call my lifestyle intermittent fasting, because I I honestly just found a routine that works for me, that 11 to 8, 8:30 is a great time frame for me to be eating, because I usually have a heavy client schedule first thing in the morning, and I'm not usually eating when I'm talking to them or coaching them. And so I usually eat throughout the day, where there's more gaps in between clients and work. There are going to be 3 benefits to both intermittent fasting and fasted cardio, and that is going to be enhancing your body's ability for fat burning. And this is how I stay in shape and maintain my shape all throughout the year. Also, improved mental clarity and a boosted metabolism. So, a lot of you guys don't even realize, based on what you're eating, it's slowing down your metabolism. And yes, as you age, your metabolism does slow down. But again, if you're not eating well, or you're not moving your body as well, you're not resting, you're not sleeping, then of course your metabolism is going to be shot. Some of y'all need adrenal support, but also a whole rearrange in your food, your water, your activity levels. Baby, you need to be more energetic. You want to put food into your body, you need to release the food as well through energy. And energy is going to be found through doing activities. And so you have to stay active. Baby, you think those that are sexy and glowing up, those that are glowing up, they're looking younger every single day. Do you think they just move like a turtle? No, they don't move like a turtle. They're doing some type of activity. And even if you're doing Pilates, y'all, you still need to do some type of other activity that gets your heart rate up. And I'm not talking about the bedroom. Okay, do other things. Go outside for a jog, for a run. Imagine you're aging and you have weak joints. You can't go for a run. You can't squat. Your hips hurt. Your ankles hurt. Like everything hurts. Babe, this is not about age. This is how you treat your body as you're aging. A lot of people come home and they do the mundane things, where they sit down, they watch TV, they chillax, they eat garbage, and they call it a night, and they do the same cycle. Don't let it be you. Last one here. I don't mind disconnecting, baby. Whether it's the gym, the spa, taking a longer shower, or setting myself a bath, or booking a massage, getting my nails done, all have helped my body feel less inflamed, less stressed, less tight, and less emotional. What are ways that you typically like to unwind and disconnect throughout your week? All of these practices, whether you're doing it daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, they need to be a part of a monthly schedule regardless. This is going to help reduce muscle tension and any inflammation. It's going to lower your stress hormones and improve the quality of your sleep. This section here for me was some mental focus and clarity that I got when I disconnected. I don't mind removing myself from the noise right before the feeling of feeling burnt out or overwhelmed. Yeah, I take care of. Cheers, let's cheers. Let's cheers. We're a lot of people. I know when my cup is empty or half full and I disconnect, I fill my cup and then I go back out to serve. When you're feeling calm and rejuvenated and your body is less stressed, this is also going to benefit a healthy gut because your body also holds on to stress. I lost my father to stress. He also had high blood pressure, and a lot of people don't realize that you have to unwind. You have to do things that fill your cup without anyone else doing it for you or having to force you to do it. Notice when you are feeling like you need to disconnect and book the massage, go to the gym, release the mental buildup or the stress or whatever's weighing on your plate, and then deal with it afterwards after you filled your cup. And usually you're going to make better decisions when you're operating from a peaceful place. I truly hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Those are the top 5 things that I did this year to truly glow up and enhance my glow in my face, my skin, my energy, my body, my bank account. And it truly, all 5 truly have helped me skyrocket in 2025. And we're going to continue these same habits into 2026. If you have any tips that you have been doing, drop them down below. And if you have any questions or any video requests, drop them down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.